Hi, I'm Deli Dutton. Today I'm painting a new Dungeons & Dragons character. One of my groups is going to do a 2-session game while some of the members are on vacation. And I've been wanting to play a rogue who is not a criminal. So, the setting of the 2-shot is like an isolated northern duchy. Lots of forests and mountains and stuff. And one of the characters is the Duke's son, so having a connection to the powers that be made sense. So I decided this guy is a map maker and a spy for the Duke. His name is Marshal Creek. He's a scout rogue, which looks like fun for the extra expertises and skirmisher tactics. Mobile is one of my favorite feats, so having more ways to avoid opportunity attacks is neat. And since I put most of my points in wisdom and dexterity, hopefully he can avoid actual attacks too. I normally play much tankier characters than him, including my wizards, so we'll see how this goes. Marshal is an outdoorsy type and is very confident in his skills. He's a bit of a thrill seeker and likes the idea of being part of something heroic. He's a young man in his early 20s. I think it surprises folk how observant he is, because he might come off as a little self-absorbed. I think he'd practice trick shots with his bow, but put him to work and he takes it very seriously. It's interesting to me when subclasses take on a flavor of other classes. Like, Scout is very heavily Ranger flavored, with the expertise in nature and survival. Other ones, like Valor Bard, feeling kinda Paladin flavored, tanky, and their inspiration can kind of act like a smite for other characters. And Trickster Cleric being kind of roguish, and then stuff like Eldritch Knight having wizard magic. I don't know, it's a way to get a taste of another class through the lens of a different class's abilities. It's fun. To design this character, I knew I wanted him to be tall and lanky, with not the best posture. The rest I sort of played around with Hero Forge until I decided what I liked for him. Then I drew Marshal in a sketchbook and transferred him over to the watercolor paper with graphite paper. I wanted to try and keep my watercolor paper from getting mangled before I could paint. Which, it did help with that. The only bad thing was that the graphite from the paper does not want to erase at all. So I'm not sure I'll try that trick again, especially if it's something I plan to also ink. I like how his outfit turned out. It's a colder climate, so I gave him an oversized leather bomber jacket as his leather armor, and a cap and scarf. I think the jacket belonged to his father, who was a trapper, but took an injury to his leg and retired. His mom made him the scarf. He has an older sister and brother who are off serving the Queen. Sometimes it's easier to say, oh, this character lost their family and is now an adventurer. And I definitely do that sometimes, but I think it's usually more interesting to keep them around. The family could be estranged, on their own adventure, in some kind of trouble, or just supportive of the character's goals. And then there's something that the DM can build on, or threaten. In campaigns, I tend to prefer a character that can do a little of everything. Casting, melee, tanking, and sometimes healing. That way I can support folk who are more focused on one of those, and I can fill in entirely if someone goes down. But for one-shots or other short games, I like a melee character. Mostly because I like to pick spells with consideration to the story and what a character is learning. But it's harder to do that with a character that's just going to be used for a short time. So I usually pick Barbarian, sometimes with a dip into Fighter or Rogue. But this will be my first time having a full Rogue with a subclass and everything. Anyway, I'm excited to play him. I'm looking forward to it. He turned out to be a cutie, and I'm very interested in how the tactics of this group will turn out. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to continue on this art journey with me. Bye!